Okay, Munchkins, as you can see, it's October 2nd, 2013, and it's 8:03 a.m. in the morning as a result of me showing you this video picture of my cell phone. My name is Leslie Williams. I am what is known as a targeted individual, a target of what is known as organized stalking, which can also be termed as gang stalking. And recently, I got a redetermination form in the mail from Social Services. Now, if you do your research in reference to organized stalking, which can also be termed as gang stalking, if you do your research on the internet, hang on one second. Now, if you do your research on the internet, you'll come to see that creating poverty, creating homelessness of organized stalking, gang stalking targets is one of the initial and sustained circumstances and methods that they bring about for an organized stalking target to basically live in order to put them under, to make them powerless over not only the fact that once the homelessness and poverty is created, they basically make sure that the services that would help a target get out of the homelessness or the ability to even be able to feed themselves is kept constant, and that is achieved through using organized crime syndicated members that are in the system, including even social services workers. Now, I'm going to make a statement here as a result of some information that was forwarded to me on the internet. An individual contacted me and said, go to this specific website and go to the very, very bottom of it and you'll find 3 PDF links. And so I did so. And inside of the first PDF link, which is titled Remote Neural Monitoring, which is clearly at the bottom of Freedom from Covert Harassment and Surveillance's homepage, if you do your research into at least the first 2 PDF links at the very bottom of Freedom from Covert Harassment and Surveillance's homepage, you'll see that social services workers are mentioned in it. That's right, along with lawyers. Now, if you went to YouTube and typed in John Hall Satellite Terrorism and listened to all of his YouTube videos, you'll hear him eventually discuss remote neural monitoring, and you will also hear him thoroughly and extensively mention gang stalking, along with organized stalking. Organized stalking and gang stalking is the same exact crime, just going by 2 different names. As a result of me being a victim, target, and activist of these criminal expeditions, what I basically do through experience, educated knowledge, okay, and deliberating both, what I do is I make video predictions, audio file predictions, email predictions, blog predictions, YouTube predictions concerning what the individuals might do next, and while they make what they do on any given day, they try to make it appear what they do is happening because of normal appearing means and normal appearing excuses, because they have to be able to apply plausible deniability concerning the effects that a target is living in as a result of these covertly managed maneuvers. That's right. In order to not only create the homelessness by getting landlords and property owners on board, by stealing or delaying the rent through a syndicated post employee, or as a result of the person who's managing these methodologies of gang stalking having the employment description to influence postal supervisors and employees. Now, as a result of them wanting to put a target in a destitute situation. Okay, now, if you've never heard gang stalking or organized stalking at all, ever once, and you decide to go to the internet and research it in your very first day of researching this criminality in reference to this crime description, you will be able to see that creating homelessness targets is one of the main goals. Okay? Then they go after your finances, then they go after your ability to be able to even feed yourself, because they want to eventually steer you to a place they control, environmental-wise and physically. That's right. For exploitation purposes, including insurance fraud, human trafficking, sexual servitude rings, prostitution rings, either co-opting a target's existing finances, like if they're on disability or if they have a fixed income like a pension, what they basically do is put a target out on the street and then initiate before and after and during the homelessness, once it's created, non-stop harassment and staged events, which can produce and do produce falsified police reports, petitioning the target illegally into an area neighborhood hospital psychiatric floor or county mental health or both. That's right. And basically what they're doing is as a result of provocative events that they stage, including with witnesses, including even at businesses, universities, colleges, libraries, you name it. Because this is organized crime in the system that has the power position, okay, to make sure that these events are not only what they basically do is create a scheme, okay, and then they create the steps to bring about the maneuvers that will implement the scheme for the desired result. Okay, it's basically framing the situation to frame the result, and this is all done in order to be able to produce the falsified police reports, the county mental health reports, the doctor's reports that the target is either a threat to themselves or others, cannot take care of themselves, or is mentally ill. And they use this accumulated documentation in order to be able to take legal syndicated probate control of the target to either co-opt their existing finances, to exploit their insurance, and exploit a target sexually in a syndicated run organized crime environment, which can include definitely group homes, assisted living care homes. This is literally what they do. They will even steal the children of a target once they get a hold of the parent through these expeditions. That's right, that's one of the reasons why they're singling single mothers, single fathers, and even entire families if they feel that they can get away with it. Because of, even if a target does not have any existing structured stable income like disability or a pension, what they will do is blacklist the target from employment and keep them blacklisted, create maneuvers that will keep them off of social services. That's right, by using the social services workers. That's right. Through schemes that are designed to make it appear that the denial of the services is happening because of normal appearing means or because of something the target did or did not do. They will even accuse the target of social services fraud. You would not believe what I know. And this is all done in order to make the target totally helpless about even taking care of themselves. That's right. Before, during, and after the homelessness is created. And this is all done because you don't even have to have finances in order to be syndicatedly, probately co-opted physically by them through one of their syndicated judges and attorneys. Because once they get a hold of you through this syndicated probate control, they can then apply for federal funds per person that they take syndicated probate control of. Straw people. Now, once this syndicated probate control is achieved, they will place a target in an environment they run. They will then continue the gang stalking towards the target in the environment that they're placed in. That's right. That's right. Then what they'll do is blame the events that are deliberately maneuvered and brought about against the target. They will blame then the event on the target and then claim that the target is out of control and needs to go into the hospital to get on medication because they're out of control. It's a staged event, in order to make it appear that the target is the problem, even in the target's own mind. And this is done in order to be able to put the target in the hospital, to put them on psychotropic medications that cognitively impair them and can even cause physiological anxiety. There's medications out there that can literally cause you not to be able to sit still. Literally. Have you ever heard of that restless leg syndrome? Okay? Well, there's medication out there that can literally excite the legs to not sit still. Okay, which compromises the physiological systems because the body is constantly feeling uptight and motivated to move. That wears the target out mentally and physiologically. While they're cognitively impaired, while they're thrown right back out from the hospital back into the same home where they're still continuously harassed. This is done for the insurance fraud pertaining to the doctors. It's also done to put a target in a physiological and mental impaired state, so when the next event they bring about will be easier for them to bring about in reference to provoking the target to act out so they can then do it again. And this is also about sexual exploitation, human trafficking. That's right, including drugging the target's food or drink inside these homes, and once they're knocked out, they will literally bring people into the home to have sex with the target as they're knocked out. And if you don't think date rape drugs are not used for date raping, think again. Now, my name is Leslie Williams, and these are the criminal, heinous crimes of these factual realities. An innocent human being who does not even know these people at all. Okay, I do not know one person in San Diego County in reference to at the friendship level, the acquaintance level, the intimate level, or any other level. I made sure that I stayed to myself once I came back out here to San Diego on August 8, 2011, because I wanted to make sure that I did not give these individuals any hooks to try and say that, well, this is happening to Leslie because of the type of people she connected herself to. Or the evidence Leslie is claiming that she has is nothing but lies and deceit based on people that she's connected to. Because these snakes and these sewer rats will use any and every excuse to make it appear that I'm either lying, mentally ill, a threat to myself or others, or crazy. That's right. Or a social deviant of some kind. Or involved in illegal activities of some kind, which I'm not at all, for any reason, in any way. Now, I guarantee you right now I'm up for a redetermination with my social services. And they're going to play phone tag with me. They're going to probably act, will they act like they did not receive any messages from me or did not get the appropriate paperwork from me in a timely, orderly fashion? Will they engage in mail theft and mail delayment and then turn around and say I missed appointments? They, again, will do anything and everything to make it appear that the services being kept from me is being done because of normal appearing reasons, normal appearing excuses, normal appearing mishaps, in order to at least put me in a cycle, a circular loop of chasing after, of getting the recertification done, a hearing done in case they pull some crap, and keeping me tied up in the non-stop, like those hamsters that get on a wheel and run forever. That's basically what they will do, and that's in part done to put the target in a non-stop mental circular loop and physical loop of stress, duress, and non-stop stress and duress. Because stress and duress will wear you down, and that's what they want. Organized stalking and gang stalking is designed to wear you out mentally, physiologically, psychologically, emotionally, financially, spiritually. Basically, what they do is try to use the basic general psychology of a human being and then the unique psychology of the specific person to develop terror schemes and maneuvers and methods to wear you down and wear you out, to break you like a horse. And this is literally what they do. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. Now, at the beginning of this video, I showed you a video picture of my cell phone. Today, I will be mailing the redetermination paper, certified mail return receipt, to the North Central Social Services office. I caught gang stalking happening in their building last year, in the 2012 calendar year, before I ever went down there. I mean, once I went down there, I caught it. But before I went down there, for the first and only time, I predicted that gang stalking harassment would occur towards me, around me, while I was in there, in an email file and in several audio files. And I caught it on video, excuse me, I caught it on video file happening in my physical proximity in the way that I predicted it would occur. The same way that I caught it inside of there, I have over 700 audio files of it happening in the same exact way along all my routes, every single day, every single place I went to for the last year and a half. Every single place that I went to in San Diego County, and when I left San Diego County for 1 full week, okay, to go to Yucca Valley, California. The same exact identical open harassment was caught on video, on my camera cell phone, yeah, that's right, and on audio files. Now, Yucca Valley is 167 miles away from San Diego County, so how was the same exact identical predicted harassment caught by me happening around me that occurs towards me here in San Diego County out in Yucca Valley? Because they want you to let you know, okay, that you're being gang stalked, and basically as a result, they want you to feel powerless, helpless, hopeless, and defeated over it. It's my intention and my goal to prove these criminalities so I can fold back the criminality onto the lap of, at least, the San Diego Police Department and the San Diego Sheriff's Department. That's right. Because of their gross negligence of duty, possible conspiracy under the color of authority, obstruction of justice. That's right. And when it comes to the obstruction of justice, there's got to be an obstruction of justice in order to deliberately engage in police misconduct, gross negligence of duty, which is a violation of my civil rights. Now, these individuals believe that I have no civil rights. They act like I don't because they're in the positions to where they don't have to. See, a police officer, if he won't take a report that you're a target of a crime, then there's no copy of no report on record that you are a victim of this crime. They then wait until they stage an event, blame you for it by staging the witnesses as well, and then will make a report that you're crazy. But there's never no existing predated report that you're actually a victim of the crime that's happening to you still in current time. Because their goal is to produce this documentation before you can show it as a matter of public record that you are actually a victim of this crime. And this is in part the reason why, well, with the gross negligence of duty, basically what they're doing is buying their time until their methods and methodologies can bring about their desired result while keeping me from uncorrupted legal assistance. That's right. So they can then turn around and say, Leslie's crazy about everything she's saying. Leslie's crazy about everything she's saying is happening to her. Leslie thinks everybody's conspiring against her. Leslie's crazy. Well, let me tell you something, fellow American citizens, fellow Californians, fellow Americans. 700 separate audio files do not lie. They do not lie. Paper trails do not lie that they have left behind. Video files do not lie. So, if you have undisputable evidence that is literally black and white, no room for grayness, no margin of error in reference to how any other excuse can be attached to it in order to produce plausible deniability or reasonable doubt, there is no way that they can deny these factual realities that these crimes are happening to me. And since they denied my civil rights to make at least a police report concerning it and then investigate it, that is gross negligence of duty. If anything happens to me, if I am raped, sexually exploited, if I am put in dire circumstances that causes me to have to depend on places that they can then turn around and continue the expedition more openly and then discredit me while I'm there, all of this is because of the original violation of my civil rights to not take a police report or investigate the fact that I'm a target of this crime. Why won't they do it? Because they're involved in it. That's why. So, my name is Leslie Williams. I'm in San Diego, California. Now, these criminal skanks that are downtown, are they involved? Are they connected to the San Diego District Attorney's Office? How about the City Attorney's Office? I caught gang stalking happening at the San Diego Police Department headquarters on July 24, 2013, the one and only time that I have ever been there. And then almost one full month later, on August 23, 2013, I caught the same exact identical harassment happening around me continuously and repetitively inside of the San Diego City Council chambers. In the same exact identical way it happened towards me in the San Diego Police Department headquarters. And both times, the harassment I experienced and that was caught was predicted by me that at this area, on the morning of those two separate dates, before I left this area to go to these separate places, on video and audio. And this place is at least 35 to 40 miles away from both places that I went to, on both days. The same exact identical open harassment was predicted by me in videos, then caught on audio and video. So, how can they deny this factual reality is happening towards me? They can't, and they know they can't. But they believe all they got to do is ignore me, let the expedition continue until it bears its fruit, and then say, Leslie, you're trapped into us. You are trapped with us. There's nothing you can do about it. So what are you going to do now? They don't care that you know that they're criminals because they don't care, because they just believe, what are you going to do? And this is the nature of these criminal whores. Downtown San Diego. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams, and I am talking about specific members of the San Diego Police Department in reference to specific Western Division, definitely the Eastern Division, and some members of the San Diego Police Department headquarters. Also, I have been sexually harassed on more than one occasion. That's right. Well, I'll just put it to you this way. I was 100% sexually harassed by San Diego Sheriff's officers, two of them, inside of the Hall of Justice on February 20, 2013. And just 3 days ago, a San Diego Sheriff's officer went out of his way to make sure that I would notice that he was looking at me in a sexual manner. And that's done to try and make me feel violated mentally, psychologically, and spiritually, because they had already knew that I was already sexually harassed by San Diego Sheriff's officers. So it was just their way to rub salt in the wound, because this is what they do. Organized stalking and gang stalking, one of the motivations they have for you is called menticide, where they kill who you are mentally by violating every single one of your civil rights purposely, and then making sure you know it and rubbing your face in it. That's how they make you feel powerless, helpless, hopeless, defeated, worthless. They get around all my routes and call me a specific name that has nothing to do with anything that I am involved in whatsoever. And that's done in order to try and distort my own self-image about who I am as a person. That's right, and these are the factual realities of these heinous crimes. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams, and I am predicting they will pull a maneuver through San Diego's Social Services North Central Regional Office. And I'm predicting it right now, and I'm showing you this picture of my cell phone. Okay? I caught them in the year 2012 lying right to my face, trying to get me to sign a paper that was full of lies. And when they seen I wouldn't sign it until I read it, and then once I read it, I said, this is not what we agreed to, and I will not sign this. She went back in the office and retyped it, and basically what she had to retype was basically what we had originally agreed on in an interview that was supposed to replace a hearing. I already caught them. They already know they've been caught. But they just feel like, what are you going to do, Leslie? These individuals had the power positions in the community to even influence law firms and lawyers. I am in San Diego County, San Diego, California. I'm a good woman. I'm not involved in any illegal or criminal activity whatsoever, and I am here to tell you, fellow American citizens, they will eventually make my laptop inoperable. Now, computer hacking and cyber surveillance is a method of gang stalking. Go to YouTube and type in Connie Marshall, targeted individual, gang stalking. You'll see her being covered on the news stating that she has went through several fax machines, cell phones, and computers as a result of her being gang stalked. Because they want to be able to take all of your resources away from you that you're using to expose them. That's why they're staging events at libraries to ban me from libraries, including university campuses. That's right, in order to make it appear that they have a legitimate reason to ban me, so I do not use the computer services that are exposing them. And I am in San Diego, California, and I keep saying that because I want people to know where I'm living. I want them to know what's going on towards me and my other innocent targeted individuals who are having our lives totally and completely destroyed by these criminal whores that are in the system. They believe all they got to do is do it. They don't care if you know it. Your taxpayers' dollars are paying for it. Their salaries, their Medicare, their medical insurance, their pensions. That's right. Your property taxes, your sales tax, are paying for these criminal whoredoms. These criminal whores in reference to their salaries, their insurance, their benefits, so they can then turn around and use their same employment descriptions to wreck innocent people's lives who have literally done not one thing wrong whatsoever. So they can put them out on the street to exploit them in the worst, most inhumane ways that your mind can conceive and can conceive. And so what I do is make these videos to inform, to expose the truth. Now, when you see me make this video right now in this environment, you might think to yourself, this is just some homeless idiot, okay? This situation was made by them. Now, you can go to Google and discover how they will steal your rent, how they will get landlords and property owners on board. I got a degree in architectural drafting. I went to school for electrical engineering, okay? And I'm a smart woman, okay? I'm a good woman, and that does matter, and I matter. And so do my fellow targets matter. And the reason why I do what I do is expose the whoredom that our taxes are paying for. Yeah, by these criminals who don't even care that you know that they're criminals. They don't even care that you know. They just think to themselves, big deal if the public knows. What are they gonna do? This is literally their nature. Okay? So, if they'll do this to me, do you honestly think that if they find your daughter or son attractive, that they cannot target them? I am in San Diego County, San Diego, California, and I make these videos to inform, to expose. Have a good day.